All right. Well, I think we're live. Let me double check. Checking my own stuff here. Don't want to start talking if ain't no she ain't working. Right here, I'm waiting for myself. So I think I'm live. I'm gonna wait a minute just in case. Okay. Yes, we are now moving. So now I gotta close everything. All right, cool. Hopefully the volume works. New microphones, fancy. It's got little lights in it. Got that for Christmas. Camera's up and running. We got the garage kind of shut down. We're not doing any work tonight. So, really, everybody, Happy New Year. Oh, wait, I got to get my drink. All right. How about them Jeep Gladiators? Oh, gee. Okay. So, Austin's blowing me up already. We got the root beer. As you can see, not much of a drinker. So, this is our choice tonight. And Austin's going to blow me up for a little while with talking shit on here. So, that's cool. Hey, bud, from all the way from California where it's nice and sunny for you. So, other than that, we'll let the live stream run just like the last one that I did. I just kind of put them out there and leave them out there so you guys can watch it at any time. Last live stream I did was on the Tyson fight. So I got hosed on that one. I literally had the idea, posted the idea, and then got an alert 5 minutes later on that. So that kind of bombed out on me. And then this video, our live stream, it's on New Year's Eve. So I know everybody's got parties to go to. I know everybody's probably hanging out with their stuff. There's tons of live streams available from everybody's favorite YouTubers. So I figured I'd just jump on here, keep it short, keep it classy, and just talk about kind of 2024 and future projects for 2025. So really, the cool thing about this year was the trips we went on. Austin, if you're still here, you remember Colorado. We went to the Overland Expo, Mountain West. Killer trip, good time. I'd like to do that one again. I mean, my ultimate goal would be to do the one down in Arizona. I think it's in Flagstaff, I believe is where it is. But the problem is, I mean, driving there in the Jeep would take me at least 2 or 3 days to get there, and another 2 or 3 days to get home, plus the expo. So yeah, I'm looking at least a couple weeks to do that trip. Love the glow in dark microphone. Isn't that nice, dude? It changes colors on its own. So I don't know. It's kind of it's cool. I mean, it's working. Hopefully, it's working. Is the sound working? You're there. Let me know. Does the sound good? I do need to go to Flagstaff. You are very right. I'm sorry if I'm looking down because I've got the camera up here. I've got the computer over here. So I think we should do the Flagstaff, Austin. If you guys know watching this or rewatching this, you know Austin. He's my boy. He moved to California to take on some schooling, some fab work schooling, learn how to weld and all that kind of cool stuff. We'll get him to move back to St. Louis. He just doesn't know it yet. Sounds great. Doesn't it? I'm waiting for it to hit because there is a delay. So I'm waiting to see your response on moving back here to the wonderful state of Missouri. Probably not going to happen. But yeah, this is a squeaky chair. Sorry. As far as future trips go for 2025, I've had a lot of people ask me if I'm going to do the More Expo, which is in Springfield, Missouri. I haven't really decided completely how I want to do that. It's a tough one. I mean, I looked the prices on those tickets for the the More Expo. I believe camping there is like $100 or $150 for that event. And I mean, I don't mind paying to go camping, but when it's that pricey, I don't know. And also, I've had issues with a vendor that kind of like sponsors that event. Um, so I don't know if I want to give any money to that, but I know there's a lot of you out there that do go. So I'll say it now. We're calling it New Year's Eve. Let's get ready for the next year. I will do the More Expo. I won't be there probably the whole time because I'll have to work. And then yeah, I'll move into your driveway. Driveway is full, bud. Sorry. I've got enough stuff filling up the driveway. But yeah, I think the More Expo is in April. I'll have to work, maybe get out of work early on like that Friday and then cruise down there and just kind of hang out. I'd love to meet everybody. I feel like I said, I've had quite a few people ask me because there are people, I guess, that are subscribers that are local to the Missouri, whether it's Missouri, Arkansas, or something like that. So it'd be cool to hang out. You know, it's probably I think the last time I went was 2022 and had a heck of a good time in the parking lot, seeing all the like average rigs that are there. So that's always cool. As far as being in the show, I don't know. It's the same with any of the shows. Even like the Overland Expo in Colorado, awesome show, good time, but like a lot of the stuff is very high priced, which kind of like puts me out of the question. So can't really afford all the super expensive stuff. Yeah, we're moving. Austin, come on, just move back into the driveway. That's fine. You park in the street actually, and then we'll put some kind of like blocks under the wheels so you fit in great around here. Oh man, this chair is driving me nuts. Hear it? That's another project I got to fix around here. Yeah, other than that, as you can see on the picture, the garage is still a mess. Haven't really done anything to it. I did work on the Mustang a little bit. I've taken some more of the wiring out because it's literally got to come all the way down to just bare bones to get this thing ready to start rebuilding. Next up, I do need to pull the dash out, and then that'll free up the remaining bits of the wiring and then pull that out. Jeep's doing good. Jeep's out there in the driveway. I got it plugged in on the battery tender so the battery stays good on it. And neighbors will be so impressed. My neighbors, dude, I don't get it, man. They must think, I don't know what the hell they think is going on around here. There's just always something being worked on. Yeah, it's weird, but nobody ever complains, so I'm cool with it. I guess if I just keep paying my taxes, they won't care, right? Yeah, bought the Jeep though. Jeep's doing good. Took it out, cruised around for a while. Haven't gone on any trips. I mean, the cold weather's coming. So it's been like in the 50s. I know I was just talking to Austin on the phone. Where he is, it's like perfect conditions. It's 75 degrees every day, and I hate you for it. Coming up next week, we're looking in the lows of like 8 degrees or something. And I'm just not looking forward to being out in the cold. I don't know. I've been working outside for probably 24 years now, and it's taken its toll. I hate being cold now. It's not a good time of year. I hate you can't hold anything, you can't touch anything. If you miss and then like slam your hand into something, it really, really stings. It's just cold weather sucks. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. But I will go camping in it because that's what we do. So I haven't done anything to the Jeep recently, except for the headlights, which if you've seen that video, I love them. These headlights are awesome. They were fairly, pretty average price, I guess you'd say. I think they were 80 or 90 bucks. But everything's working on them. Haven't had any issues. The only issue I had was like if you saw in that video, wiring up the turn signal to it. I did accidentally wire it up backwards on the one, and I thought it was a problem with the light, but I caught it, fixed it, corrected it, and like I said, I haven't had any issues. I can't believe how bright they are. They are way better than the factory ones. So if you're still driving around your Cherokee with factory headlights, like take them out, replace them. It's amazing how much difference it is, and I love them. Now the weird thing is doing YouTube and stuff, you get emails daily from all these weird companies trying to sell you, like, it's all LED stuff. Everybody just wants to sell you or give you LED stuff. This company, there was no affiliation with them. Excuse me. I just went on Amazon, typed in LED headlights, started browsing through. I always look at things that have like 5 stars or 4 stars, and then the amount of people that have purchased them. And as long as I keep the stars high and the number of them purchased high, then you're probably buying something good. And yeah, I mean, it's for what it is, it works good. Now, I know that you should do the wiring upgrade, which I also did a video on that. If you try to catch on here, I've done a lot of videos on the Jeep. So by having the wiring kit on there, everybody seems to think that, or they don't, everybody says that when they put LED headlights in without changing the harnesses, that they'll flicker or their bright lights won't work or something. So for $25, you can jump on there and get a wiring harness upgrade for it. And I would highly recommend it because it actually removes the power off of the interior circuit and puts them on a relay, which reduces the load on everything. And you run a lot of these Cherokees I've seen, it's like the actual headlight switch itself will like burn and melt up over time. So by doing that, you remove that from happening. But yeah, I love them. The headlights. You'll have to go back and I put the Amazon link in there so you can see which ones they are. And I'd grab you a set. Oh boy, he's hitting me up again. You are correct, Austin. I love the Jeep. She's a good little rig. Now driving out there, when we drove out there to Colorado, you came from California, I came from Missouri. Driving solo in the Cherokee, it was 16 hours, and it sucked. At least Austin, when you drove out, you had your new wife with you. Now he's a newlywed. Everybody, you guys cruised out. You're together. You're in your 4Runner. Like everything's great. You're seeing the sights. I was an absolute mental wreck, and you guys saw it when you pulled in. It was a mess. Just 16 hours in the Jeep with nobody to talk to. Whatever I could listen to. I was doing podcasts. I was doing music. And it's just one of those things where it just gets in your head where the Jeep starts making noises. Things start vibrating. You start smelling stuff. And I mean, oh my God, that was a disaster when I finally made it out there. So yeah, road tripping in the Jeep, highly stressful, but I need to get it through my head that little booger can just cruise. I'm still kicking around the idea of re-gearing it, but I don't know. They wanted like $4,000 to do it. I've never done, gear sets, and especially it sucks with being 4-wheel drive. You got to do the front and the rear. And I've done Mustangs before. I've helped do Mustangs before. With the Ford 88 rear end, but the Jeeps, I haven't messed with them, and I'm like a nervous wreck thinking if you don't get, the backlash set or anything like that, like it's all just downhill. So I don't know. Should I do it? I don't know. If you think I should, drop a comment, let me know, because I'm kind of torn. I would be doing a pretty tall gear, either like a 410 or a 456. I want to get the cruising speed in overdrive around, I don't know, 2,200 RPM at like 70 mile an hour, which I think the 456 will put me there. It needs to be high because cruising on the highway, I mean, it's a rolling brick, so I got to keep the momentum up. You know, the gas mileage will suffer for sure, but we don't build these things for gas mileage. That's for sure. But it's I don't know. It's got like a 355 or 373 in it right now, which she's a dog on the highway. So that's true. That's very true. Yeah, the 4Runner. I mean, I can't talk too much shit on the Toyotas. I mean, my whole driveway is full of them. What was the joke with the Toyota V6s? It's the power of a four-cylinder, but the fuel efficiency of a V8. That's I'm a firm believer in that because I mean we drive them. But it would be cool. I thought about engine swapping the Jeep and like what would I put. Um, Another 4 liter would be the easiest, cheapest way to go. But it's like, you should probably do something cool. But then everybody's doing LS swaps in them. You can put like a 4BT Cummins in there, but I've also heard that those are like really underpowered. I know that a 12 valve Cummins it's too much weight. A 12 valve Cummins, I believe, long block form is like 900 pounds or something. And it would literally take up the whole engine bay, I think. So that's just not going to happen. And then I thought about like people put the Mercedes diesels in them, but those things, they break down, they cost you a fortune. So I don't know, maybe just another inline six in there and let her go. I think I can get like a whole reman engine for it. It's got 275,000 miles on it now, I think. I will claim it right here. I am probably the only person in the United States that has a 1998 Jeep Cherokee with historic plates on it. Claiming it now. If you got one out there that has them too, let me know. But I'm claiming it, the only 98 Jeep Cherokee with historic plates on it. So I'll take that win. I'll do that. So everybody's claiming first. That's my first one with historic plates. So I'll rock that. I don't care. I don't know if I have all my settings turned on. I'm looking at the computer trying to make sure all my settings are good. And I don't think I have everything set up correctly. I did like 6 attempts at trying to like live stream this with the camera the other day. Camera would work, then the microphone wouldn't work, and then it would switch. And then it was just this like battle royale going on. So, there it is. Okay. All right. I got it on now. Got to make sure everything's viewable on here, That's how live streams work. So, the sad part about doing a live stream is you'll find out very quickly that I really can't talk on camera because in my videos, there's a lot of editing going on. Usually when I do a video, I have a whole game plan of how I want to do it. And then I somehow manage to get that whole plan on video in like 30 seconds. And then I wind up just kind of staring at myself in the camera, wondering what the hell I'm even doing because I ran out of stuff to talk about. But tonight I have notes right up there. Back to my notes. Like I said, the cold weather's coming. Not very excited about it. Working outside all these years in the cold. And then there was one time I used to have an 89 Jeep Cherokee and it was built out just for off-road and like heavy trails, not so much rock crawling, but heavy trail riding. One year in the middle of the winter, we wound up burying, it was me and I think it was me and 3 or 4 of my friends. We all got buried in a creek. And by creek, I mean like fast flowing water creek, and half of it was frozen. And digging ourselves out of that sucked. So not cool. Me too. I'm also pleasantly surprised. We're doing it, we're here, we're in the moment. It's 2024. This year's almost over. Starting the new year. As far as everything else goes, man, I was just hanging out, you know. The Jeep's running good. I have developed another oil leak. I don't think it's the rear main. I don't know. It's not. I did the oil filter adapter seals and all that. It's just so weird because it'll run, drive, won't leak. And then when it sits out in the driveway for like 3 or 4 days of not moving, suddenly there's a tiny puddle underneath it. So I've heard that on the back, if you have to pull the transmission off, and on the back of the block, there's like an oil jacket or something up in there that's known for leaking. I don't know. I'm not pulling it apart again. It took me 3 times to do the rear main seal, and I'm not doing it. I don't know. It's collectively if it's like the oil pans, if the oil pan up in the front is doing it or something. I haven't really delved into seeing where it's actually coming from, so I'm just going to roll with it. It's nothing major. Like I said, it only seems to happen when the thing sits for like 3 or 4 days, and then there'll just be this tiny little, just a little puddle about that big. Nothing major. But oh well. I mean, if it leaks, it means it's got oil, right? So we're cool with that. But you know, for a New Year's Eve party, I can tell you I had some snacks set up, but I ate them within like 30 seconds. So no party snacks tonight, but we still got our root beer. Other than that, it's yeah, there's no food. Oh, look here, the if you watched the last video, or not the last one, when I did the rear disc brake conversion, you'll know I lost my washer fluid bottle again, which sucks. So I have to relocate that. So I did a video on how to mount that when you put a snorkel on your Cherokee, and it worked great. And then I upgraded the brakes, which required removing the original proportioning valve and putting in a manually adjustable one. And that was the end of the washer fluid bottle again. So now we got to relocate that to the other side of the engine, I think, because there's plenty of room over there. And it sucks because, you know, it's wintertime. So once it starts snowing, I'm really going to need that. And I don't have it. But now it's too cold to actually put it on. So we'll just see how far we can go with it. Gosh. Other than that, yeah, the Mustang, still got to get back on that. We've got some projects lined up. I still need to put the seats in the Jeep. I want to get those done, especially if I'm going to be driving long distance again. I want to have good, comfortable seats to sit in. Nothing wrong with the factory ones, but I got those new Wrangler ones, which I think will really kind of like bring the interior up to speed, make everything look pretty cool. Mounting them, I think I found a company where I can go on and actually like order like the lower seat bracketry, and it's like a blank for putting in like racing seats or something like that. But I think I can use that as like a base and then modify it to fit the new seats. So it shouldn't be too terrible of a task. Hopefully, get that done. I still have to put in the control arm Heim joints. I got those from Rock Jock, which is basically Curry Enterprises, I believe. I gotta get those in. The only reason I'm doing those is because the original joints on the control arms, they're rough country and they clunk. They did it when I put it in, but it seems like over time it's getting worse. And I've heard the horror stories. I know everybody talks a lot of shit on rough country. But for the price, for the kit that I got, for it being 6.5-inch lift, it wasn't terrible. It was like $1,000 for everything. And then I added the control arm drop brackets, which made the drive quality back on par with being comfortable. If you have a Cherokee and you've lifted it, you'll know that anything above like 4 inches, it puts your control arms at such an angle that even the smallest pothole literally feels like you're driving through a canyon, and you think that your whole axle is going to shear off just because of that impact that it gets. So if you have anything above 4-inch lift, I highly recommend the control arm drop brackets. So it makes it, I mean, honestly, it drives like a stock Cherokee now, which is phenomenal. Other than that, I guess we'll go. I don't know if I'm going to drop the big news or not. Things kind of fell apart. If you've been with the channel and then like my posts on Facebook and then on like the community board on the YouTube channel, uh, back in July, we had storm damage come through. And honestly, I just finished having all of that crap taken care of. It was a disaster between both the insurance and one of the companies I was using. In the process of doing that, we decided to try to like do a refi on the house, so we can kind of like get a whole bunch of stuff taken care of, and then put me in line for the new project that I want to do. And then that fell apart because the bank screwed up. So back to square one. But you'll know that I made a community post with a poll saying that I was basically about to do a really big purchase, and should I do it, jokingly. And honestly, it was yes or no was never really a thing. I'm going to do it. And I guess the future build for the channel is going to be, you guessed it, a camper van. Still going to work on the Mustang. Like I said, I want to get this thing done, or at least roller setup, by spring. I've got a lot of work to do to it, and it's going to really take some motivation to kind of like keep pushing through. Especially, I've got the heater off now, just so you guys can hear me. I got my little heater down here, but it does get chilly out here, and laying on a concrete floor is not the coolest thing. And I'm also going to be painting stuff underneath here. So, uh, yeah, trying to keep this garage warm is, it's not an easy task, but it's doable. But I'm going to stay on it. I'm going to get the Mustang going on, and then originally planned on January or February tracking down a van and signing the papers on one and getting it home so I can start working on it. As far as van choice goes, I've looked at the Fords, I've looked at the Dodges, or the Rams. Um, the Mercedes was never an option. Those are just way too expensive, um, to purchase and to repair. I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's running the Mercedes Sprinters, and it's the biggest one you can get, which would be cool. My thing is, I do need a big van, because this is not just going to be for me; it's going to be for the entire family. And I know that a lot of people are probably going to be hating on it, thinking, "Oh, are you going to sell the Jeep? What's the Jeep's not going anywhere. I'm going to keep it." That thing kind of like it's the beginning of this whole channel, so we're gonna stick with it. The Jeep is fine for me. I would say like me and one other person, but as much crap as I pack, it's just not going to happen. So Jeep's not going anywhere. If I want to go out trail riding, or just somewhere deep into the woods, the Jeep will always be there. But the van is something that I want to take everything I've learned from doing the Jeep and then put it into that van. I want to show that you can go out and you can get something like this and then convert it over on a nice budget, do really good stuff that actually works, and show, again, it's the same way I did with the Jeep, is just to show that you don't have to go out and spend $100,000 or $200,000 on some big fancy vehicle with all the fancy gear, uh, and to have it be budget but be good. So, the stuff I put in the Jeep is budget, but it's also been very good for me. So, by taking everything I've learned from the Jeep, transferring it to the van, and then just kind of doing it on a larger scale, I think is going to be pretty cool. And the van I'm going with, um, because of the price range that I've been looking, I've narrowed it down to like a 2023 Ram ProMaster 3500 series. It's the 159-inch long wheelbase van. So it's the longest ProMaster you can get. Now, like I said, the Sprinter vans, I mean, God, those things are like 40 foot long almost. They're huge. And then the Fords, you can also get the Fords pretty big. And I really liked the Ford Transits, but because they're rear wheel drive, but I've heard so many horror stories of having to work on those things because you can get like three different engine options. You can get two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Um, Working on them is not fun. If you have to put new front shocks in them, you have to pull like the whole dashboard apart to get to it. And I like the idea of the ProMaster because you can basically, if something goes wrong, you just drop the whole front out and replace everything right there if you wanted to. Also, with the Ram ProMaster, there's a plenty of space underneath that I can put a bigger gas tank. I can put, I'm thinking if I do onboard water system, mount it underneath. But I've kind of gone back and forth about putting it inside so that, if I'm out in the cold, it doesn't freeze. But I also need to keep space because there's going to be three people cruising around in this thing. So as far as the layout goes, I've been kind of kicking around ideas on how I want to do it. But until it's actually here and I can get in there and start measuring and really kind of planning things out, it's a tough call because most of the builds you see online, they'll have like a queen size bed in the back and it's up really high because they have all this storage underneath. I don't need so much storage underneath because I'm not living in it. This is just going to be for the family. We'll go out and travel. I want to go out west and see some cool stuff, see like the Grand Canyon, go up through Utah, Yellowstone, all that kind of road trip queen is what we're going with the luxuries of being able to camp in it. So, like I said, the Jeep, she ain't going nowhere. The van build, I'm excited. Um, I've been wanting to do the van for a while, and it sucks because like I've been wanting to do this van for so long, and I watch YouTube every day, and a lot of the people that I watch, like all of a sudden now they're deciding that they're gonna like build their own van or build a bigger van or whatever. And I'm like, damn, like I'm behind the times here. But we're around here at this channel, man. We're living in reality. We're not making $10,000 a month off this channel at all. So really, it's whatever I can afford and when I can afford it. That's why kind of the Jeep projects have slowed down a little bit, and we're kind of switching over to like more camping time, I guess. Mustang, I can't talk about it. I've got pretty much 95% of the parts for it. But this ProMaster build, I'm super pumped about because I can build it my way. I'm basically just going to find the one that's hardly driven, 20,000 miles on it, nothing added to the back of it. I don't want something that somebody's like hacked up or already been cutting into. I want a clean slate, clean van. Hopefully, maybe still has a warranty on it just in case. And we can build this thing out how we want. So I'm thinking probably like some kind of bunk bed system in the back. Um, like I said, it doesn't need to be too crazy. I don't need like, beds that motorize, slide up and down, unless I can find like an actuator that'll lift it and is not very expensive. Power setup, basically, we'll be doing onboard batteries, solar panels on the roof. I want to do a AC system. We'll do another diesel heater on it for the heat. Some kind of a propane system for hot water because I will need to put a shower set up and a bathroom in it because that's kind of one of the stipulations with the family going is to have some kind of a bathroom in it with the shower. So won't be anything super fancy, but we'll have a unit on there. Since there's three of us, we'll have to come up with a third seat, which I'm kind of figuring behind the driver's seat have a table, and then on the rear of the table, so facing the front, you would face right behind the driver's seat, have a table so you can work on stuff, and then maybe have that convert into like a little daybed area or something. Because when you turn the front seat around, you'll have more room. But there's a lot of stuff I got to put in a van. And when you start to really think about it, I went and looked at it a couple. And one of them that I looked at was the super high roof, which to me, that's insane. That thing, it's cool. Trust me, I'd love to have that one because I'm 6'2", and with the regular height vans, I've got about that much room between my head and the ceiling. And then if you think about it, you're going to be adding a floor, and then you're going to be adding insulation and a roof. So it's going to drop down. And then with the bunk bed system, how do I get the gaps to be right, to where it doesn't feel like you're sleeping in a submarine? The only problem I had with the super high roof, I was worried about if I do go somewhere and I do run down just like a gravel trail, the thing being like top heavy, especially because not only is it already super high, then I'm going to be adding, solar panels, AC system, fans, and that would be, God, it'd have to be like 12 feet in the air. It'd be crazy. So it's, yeah, no, I was just talking about that. Yeah, it's um when I stood in one, just the standard high roof, I had about 2 inches, maybe 2 to 3 inches between the top of my head and the actual frame of the van. Um, so by putting in the insulation and then the paneling on the roof, it's going to come down. It won't be nothing crazy. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like I'm going to be hunched over or anything. It's still plenty tall in there. Um, like I said, I just got to figure out how I'm going to do the beds in it, because I don't want it to be like the top bunk is, you know, 10 inches from the roof. But like I said, since we're not going to be living in it, you can lower the rear bed down, because I don't need all that storage underneath. And then the top bunk won't be so low or so high up against the roof. And then maybe I was thinking put on some kind of like a track system, so that you can raise it up and then lock it in when if I'm by myself, or for driving. That way you don't have to have it down, maybe just for, I don't know, extra clearance. Um, but this one, it's going to be a project. It's one of those things where I want to get it done, but in the reality aspect of any project, you guys all know, it's a pain in the ass, because honestly, you're building a house in the back of a vehicle. Like, nothing about that sounds easy, you know. I think the hardest part, I'm not a carpenter, so I'm going to probably struggle with that part. But I've heard that the Pro Masters are probably one of the easier ones to build out, just for the fact that they're more square shaped, whereas the Ford Transits at the top, they curve in more. So I've talked to some people that have the Pro Masters and that have built them out, and they said that by far it was probably one of the easier ones to do for that reason. Um, Electric wise, everything's going to be 12 volt. I'm going to put in a couple 120 outlets. I'll probably run a single like 3,000 watt inverter. Um, as far as cooking goes, maybe like a little toaster oven. But I don't know. I found on Amazon there's a propane stove slash like 3 burner oven that you can get. I think it was like $400, and it had 5 stars. I think it was like, I don't know, 10,000 of them sold. So it seems like a good deal, I guess. So we'll have that. We don't drink coffee, so we don't need the fancy latte machines like most people do. Um, yeah, I mean, really, that you'll have a sink, so you have a 12-volt pump for the sink. You'll have the clean water, which I'm assuming a lot of people are running like 40-gallon freshwater tanks. And then I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people that build these things out, and they say that they put gray water tanks in them. But like in some of the videos, when you're watching them, if you look underneath the van, all of a sudden there's like a wet spot showing up. So I don't know if they're just taking a whiz underneath the van, or if every time they run their sink, there is no gray water tank and it's just flowing right out on the ground. So I don't know. I'd like to see some of these other YouTube builds that people are doing and actually like see if they did what they claim to have done. You see that a lot. Like I said, I watch YouTube all the time. We gave up satellite TV, we gave up charter cable. Um, I mean, I just watch YouTube. Now the family, they're not too happy because we have the bunny ears that pick up the HD antenna stuff. Um, so I watch tons of YouTube, and I watch tons of people's, I built a van, and I don't know, some of it you kind of like, you just wonder if they're, if they're being truthful with you, in the same way with some of the Jeep channels that I watch. Some guys, like when I did the rear main seal, I watched 100 videos on how to do a rear main seal, and half of them people, they yank the old rear main seal out. They don't even clean anything. They put it back together, and they never show you, the end result. They just show it idling in their driveway, like everything's great. So I don't know. I call a lot of shenanigans on some YouTubers out there for whether they actually do what they say they do, or if they're honest with people. I try to keep it honest on here. If shit doesn't work, I'm going to tell you about it, because I don't see the point in lying. Channel's doing good where you're at. How many subscribers we got now? Hang on, I got it right here. If I could open my phone and see. Let's see. 5,360 subscribers right now. So we're doing good. I have tried getting with companies to do like merch, and I don't know. It's tough. I'm not a graphics designer. I can come up with ideas, but when it comes to pen and paper, it's a lost cause. Like drawing a stick figure would probably be my best route. And I did that on one of my shirts, Austin. You remember when we tried to do that one? What did we do? What was that one? The certified woodland pooper. We did a shirt and we did vinyl cut on it. And it was a stick figure guy holding a piece of toilet paper, or like a roll of toilet paper, walking by a big ass tree, and it said certified woodland pooper. So I thought it was funny. But I've talked to some t-shirt companies and like little merch companies that do like cups, hats, and that kind of thing. And like some of these ones, it's either really crappy quality and like the first wash everything comes off, or they want like $10,000 down to even get started. And I don't have 10 G's just laying around. I don't have 10 G's. I don't have the 20 or 30 G's that I'm going to spend on the van. It's all going to be through a loan. So for 2025, I say we need to find 100,000 people and tell them to join the channel, hit the subscribe button, because we want to build a cool van, and then we want to rep some merch while we're doing it. I've got these here. Some sticker companies online. I had some stickers made. I don't have I think this is the last ones I have. I have some other ones I keep in the Jeep just in case I see somebody. If I'm ever cruising around, you guys see me. If you want a sticker, let me know. I do have a small pile in the Jeep, and you're more than welcome to have them. These ones here, I only had a select few of these made, so I haven't started selling anything. It's just so damn hard, between trying to come up with an idea and then like convey that to somebody for them to draw, or I have like the Adobe Illustrator, and trying to make your own logo when you have no idea what the hell you're doing it's hard. It's a nightmare. And then like well, how good's the merchandise? Like I bought t-shirts for my trip to Vegas was that last year? Yeah, last year we went to SEMA, so I had t-shirts made. I had this one made. I don't know if you can see it back, that one there, right there. Those cost me a fortune. I had 2 of those shirts made, and they were a fortune. They were like, oh, $200 or something. It was just crazy. But they're like they're Red Cap brand, so it's a good shirt. And then I just had to like send them, a file of what I needed. But if I was to make these shirts right here, right? They're shop shirts. It's like a uniform shirt. If I was to make these shirts and sell them, God, they'd be like, oh, you have to sell them for like $80 or something. Nobody's going to want to pay that. I don't expect you to pay that. And I'm not going to start a Patreon. I see way too many people out there that do YouTube and they start these Patreon accounts. And to me, I mean, it's cool if they're killing it. People that do these Patreon accounts are actually they're just killing it because each month, you're billed X amount of dollars, or and then like that's some of them do each month, and then other ones you can do like each video. It bills you X amount of dollars, and I don't feel like you're getting anything out of it. Yeah, they have like the members only stuff, but this YouTube channel isn't like my full-time gig. If it was, maybe I would do something different and I would start doing like the members only sections and stuff. But I don't know. I don't think it's right to like charge people and then have them not get something out of it. Where you get to see a video like a week before it comes out for free. Like, come on. I just don't get that. Um it's just I don't know. But they're killing it. That's the big thing. Like I go on and I watch some of these YouTubers, and like at the end of their video, they've got like thanks to my Patreons. And there's like 500 people, and you think about that. If everybody's giving you, $20 a video, 500 people. I mean, I'm not mathing right now, but if I was, it's what like $6 million or something if that adds up. But that's a lot of money, you know. So yeah, if I was able to get a good merchandise company that does like something like these screen printed shirts, they usually hold up pretty good. It'd be cool to do something like that, but then you got to have a site that you can go to buy it. Then you have to have the program that'll send you the order, and God, damn, it's such a mess. Eventually, we'll get there. We're a small channel, we're growing, but I think eventually we can get this thing there and start doing merch. But for right now, if you see me driving around or you see me at an event, I usually try to keep stickers with me because I can get those through Sticker Mule, I think is where I order them through. And I usually keep a bunch of them around. So if you see me out, you want a sticker, hit me up. I'll get you one. I don't have many left now. I haven't ordered any in a while. So I don't know. I will have to get some because, like I said, in April is the More Expo in Springfield, Missouri. And we're going to go to that. So that should be cool. Hang out in the parking lot with all the other campers and, I don't know, with all the ordinary people, I like to say, because the people in the events, uh, I don't know. Like, how do you, I almost feel, let me know too. Like, let me know in the comments. Do you think that, um, overlanding now is basically trying to like, it feels like they're trying to price themselves out. So, it used to be back in the day, it was like, Jeeps, whether it was a Wrangler or not like the Gladiator or something like Jeeps, Toyotas, that kind of stuff. And it was just like basic camping stuff with some cool gadgets. And now it seems like, you know, you got to buy a Jeep Gladiator, which is, I don't know, what, like 60, 70 grand or something, or, a Forerunner, same thing, 60 grand. And then you want to like kit them out. It's like, holy crap, a whole storage system in the back. That's like $1,000 or, you got to have these shower setups. I saw one. It was at SEMA last year. It was basically like this down here. So this right here, there's a pipe there, and then there's a pipe right down here. That's my shower system. It holds 5 gallons of water. I pressurize it with my onboard air compressor, and it's plenty to take a shower. I saw that exact same thing with like a built-in compressor on it or something. It was like $800, and I think it only held 3 gallons of water. So, like this one down here on the floor, I don't remember what I wasn't too terribly. It's PVC pipe and some glue, like, and black paint. You know what I'm saying? It's cheap. Like I don't get how these people are going out and spending, a buttload of money on something like that, and then being able to actually like take their vehicle out and do stuff. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's More Expo, it's cool. It's the same thing with the Overland Expo, and uh, whether it was in Colorado or the big one is Flagstaff. Yeah, that would be a cool one to go to because that's like where everybody hangs out. That's where everybody's at. I've been told that 1,000 times that the big Overland Expo is definitely Arizona. So it's just a matter of getting time to go and do it. Like I said, it's, working full-time gig, you only get so many days off and you try to make do with what you got. My ultimate goal, yeah, do this more, do it full time, maybe if we got to that point, get big enough. So with everybody's help out there, sharing the channel, talking me up, subscribing, calling all 100,000 of your friends tomorrow morning on New Year's Day and telling them how cool this is. Get them to join. But yeah, we'll get there eventually. We'll keep plugging away, keep making videos. As far as the live streams go, we'll keep doing those if you guys like. I know not everybody can tune in on the night of the stream. I've been watching the counter up here. It's going up and down. So people are looking and then they're leaving. That's fine. I'm used to it. So we'll keep doing them. I always leave these videos up because one, it's a video and might as well leave it out there. And then two, it's like, if you can't make it on the live stream, you can come back, check it out anytime. As far as comments go, drop comments. I read them all. There's been quite a few, channels I go to. There's still small channels, and you'll comment on a video, and they won't, this. I know they see them because you get the alerts on your phone. I get them all the time. If somebody drops a comment, I get an alert on my phone. So I don't know. Yes, I was asking a bunch of people questions about stuff, and it's like they're not, not writing you back or something. If you drop a comment, I'm going to get back to you. And if I don't get back to you, it's probably because I can't figure out what you were asking, or maybe somebody else already answered it. But 9 times out of 10, if I see a comment, I'm gonna look into it. If you got a question, I'll answer it. As far as videos go, we've got one video from like 2 or 3 years ago that's just killing it, and that's my only video that's actually like killing it. So we'll let that one ride. There's plenty of other videos out there, you guys. Make sure you go through all the playlists for the Jeep. We've got everything back to when did I start really videoing? I want to say it was when we did the when we painted the Raptor liner, added the heat shield barrier and all that stuff to it. That's when the videos. Oh, and the gauges, when we did the gauge cluster fix. If you have a Cherokee or a Wrangler where the gauge cluster doesn't work, I have a video on that, and I've had no problems with it since I've done that. So if you want to see a video of something that actually worked and has worked a long time, the gauge cluster fix is the one for you. So other than that, if you're here from the Harbor Freight videos, welcome. There's plenty of other videos if you have a Cherokee or anything like that. Some of the stuff, like I said, when I do these videos, it's not so much for 100% Cherokee stuff. A lot of my stuff is universal. So if you want to see what it takes to fix something else, or if you have a project you want to do, I've probably done it, and you can adapt it to your vehicle. So I don't know. We're at wow, 52 minutes. See, I only wanted to go a half hour tonight. And here we are, 52 minutes in. If you're still here, awesome. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on your notifications so anytime we do a video or a live stream, you'll see it. But yeah, I know. It's New Year's Eve. 2024 is leaving. Thank God. 2025 going to be good. We've got trips lined up, trips that I'm looking into doing that I want to do. Just got to get time off to go do them. Let's see what else we got. I think we've hit everything. I'm just looking at my list up here. It's a lot of chicken scribble, but I think we've cleared it all. So I was going to do the stream in the house, but the dog's inside and the dog barks at pretty much everything. So that's why we came back out here to the garage. So like I said, all my snacks are gone. All we got left is the old toast of the drink for the new year. So if you're still watching, drop comments whenever on what you're working on, kind of projects you're doing, kind of vehicle you got. If you want, like I said, you can either send a comment. I see those, or a lot of people reach out through the Facebook Messenger. I talk to a lot of people that way. If you have a question on a video or something, like I said, drop a comment, tell your friends. We're here. We're having a good time. So I think that's going to end it. I think I've hit everything. My leg's on fire down here from from my buddy heater. She is kicking it tonight. So, all right, y'all. Well, Let me get a drink. That is, like I said, it's root beer. It's what I drink, or Dr. Pepper. I'm a big Dr. Pepper guy. So, you guys, we'll end 2024 on a good note. I'm getting ready to head over to a New Year's Eve party myself. And yeah, I guess that'll do it. Appreciate y'all watching, whether you're watching live or on a recorded from later on or whenever you watch, it's fine. So here's the 2025. Let's get that subscriber count up. Tell all your friends. If you have to tie them up, throw them in the trunk of your car, and then drive them somewhere like an old warehouse or something, and then tie them to a chair and play my channel on 24/7 loop. I'm okay with it. Just make sure you give them food and water, keep them alive. We're not doing anything dangerous around here. So that's going to do it. Well, like I said, 2024, you're gone. 2025, you're here. You guys, cheers. Hopefully this year is going to be a good one. Like I said, I can't wait to get started on the van build. Like I said, date and time on that, I don't know. Definitely not buying it before tonight. I mean, whatever. You know, it's kind of late to say it now, but I've been looking for a while, but I wouldn't pull the trigger on one because here, if I buy it anytime before January, I have to pay personal property tax on the damn thing for the whole year, even if you've only owned it for one day. So definitely wasn't going to buy one anytime before January 1st. That's for sure. And got to pay some stuff down. And then I think we'll be in the market. So, and I've been planning how to do the video on getting this thing. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm not going to find one here and, around locally. So it's going to be a road trip video and it should be killer. I just have to find one at the right price with the right miles. I don't care where it's at. I'll get a plane ticket. I will fly there and we'll do a crazy hell of a fun video getting it home. And it's going to be awesome. It's just one of those things where I think the whole family, we can enjoy it. We can go out because we usually just go to the same place, for family vacations. We go to Disney World, big Disney fans. But to head out west and see some cool stuff, like when we went to Colorado, I've been out there a few times now, but when they went, it was great. The whole family was out there. We went and drove, saw some cool stuff. And I think to be able to extend that and then keep everything cheap because we can stay in the van. And I don't mean we're going to like live in the thing. It'll be, a couple days in the van and then hit a hotel, give them that break where it'll be comfortable still. But, if you took a 2-week vacation and just traveled in a van that's decked out, all the cool stuff, but on a budget, of course, but a budget that works. I think that's the best way to describe the Jeep is it's a decent budget and everything works on it. So super pumped about it. Like I said, Jeep's not going anywhere. Mustang's not going anywhere. I mean, clearly that ain't going anywhere anytime soon, but I can't sell the Jeep. I've had people ask me before if I'd sell it, how much would I want for it? And I'm not doing it. It's not happening. So we'll have that thing for a while unless it just blows up or something like that. Then we'll have an issue. But Jeep's going. She ain't going nowhere. We'll keep driving it and keep making videos, keep doing projects on it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You keep doing projects on it. It's like, is it cool to keep doing projects or is it like a money pit, keep doing projects? Who knows? So, all right. I've rambled long enough. We're coming up on an hour. I've seen the little counter up there. That's why I keep rambling a little bit because it'll go up and down. And then it's just kind of steady, I don't know. We're up and down all over the place. So I don't know if I want to keep going or just end it. But hey, another drink, right? So, all right. 59 minutes and 6 seconds is where I'm at. Once we hit 60, that'll be our countdown. Sorry, right in the microphone. Lighted. So, you guys, I hope you have a great 2025. Be safe out there. I don't drink. It's just my thing. if you do, be careful driving home. If you need a ride, don't call me. I'll be in bed. I'm see it's going to yeah, I'll probably be in bed by 9 o'clock. I don't know. I don't stay up late very much anymore. So, but yeah, be safe. Don't do anything stupid. And let 2025 be a good year. Let's focus on growing this channel. Got to get a merch line going for you guys. Get you guys repping out there on the road. And good times. So we got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. That's it. We're calling it 1 hour on the live stream. Happy New Year, everybody. Again, cheers to 2025. It's going to be a good year, right? Fingers crossed. Okay. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll do plenty more. I'll try to put out more of an advance notice when I decide to do them. And like I said, this video will be up so you can watch it. You can make fun of me all you want. I don't care. It's always a good time. I'll see you guys later. Van build. It's going to be awesome.